Okay, we'll let you in on that explanation. Then, endemic corruption. How government officials paid for one hospital project 5 times. It's shocking, Yavi. How government officials paid for one hospital project 5 times. This is according to the ICPC chairman. Well, did they finish you? So there's this interesting report here. Interestingly, it's from the People's Gazette, and it's talking about themselves. So they wrote about Wale Tinubu's suing People's Gazette, demanding 1 billion naira over story on Owando's takeover of Ajib Nigerian assets. Like somebody they sworn now, when they report the story again by on herself, Abi, and you may want to wonder why. I'll let you in on that. And then moving on, you said US aid places staff on leave globally, recalls personnel posted outside US. Like, these are the hot topics that we have. And thank you so much for joining us. Well, let's get started with insecurity. Unfortunately, we may be starting with not so friendly notes, as armed bandits attacked Sohua Ghanaian village in Kaduna State's Chinkun local government area just yesterday night, killing 4 residents. Now, 2 others sustained injuries and were rushed to an undisclosed hospital in Kaduna town. A village source who participated in the burial of the victims described the assailants as heavily armed. That is, the people who shoot, they carry heavy gun. And they were heavily armed, and said they stormed the community in a coordinated military style assault. That's the way they enter. Be like, say, na military people will be say, no waiting did they do. They don't really ready themselves so well. Now, the source mentioned that the corpses were drenched in blood as the bandits had fired multiple rounds into the victims. See, the bandits shoot anyhow plenty times inside one victim body. Inside one big victim body, they shoot anyhow. Now, so they had a lot of injury. That's it. And then, so he described the the source mentioned that now they said this included the 2 survivors who were initially thought to be dead, but were later discovered to be alive after the attackers had fled. So these were the people testifying because they were eyewitnesses. So he said they are living in fear because of the bandits and that they might return again to unleash terror in the community, having accused them of spying for the security forces. They are accusing them of spying for security forces. Similarly, armed bandits wielding sophisticated weapons stormed Zakada village last Friday in Kauru local government area, killing 7 locals and kidnapping several others. Just Friday last week, a distraught resident of Kauru local government area, Mohammed Sani, confirmed the development to newsmen. It was also learned that some houses were touched and properties looted by the non-state actors. The source further elaborated that there is a media blackout on killings. That is, that there is a deliberate attempt to shut out the media on these killings happening. That's what the source told the newsmen that reported this, according to Sahara reporters. They say there is a deliberate blackout, a media blackout on killings, kidnappings, and other serious crimes in the local government to prevent undermining the government's narrative of having reached a peace agreement with armed bandits. Do you understand that, Grandpa? Okay, I can't explain it. They say they deliberately no like make media, newspaper report anything we get to do with killing, kidnapping, and all the katakata way these bandits will cause. I'm coming, sir. I've not introduced them coming. That the reason why they're doing this is so that you know go like say the peace accord with the state governor agreement and negotiation where they agree with bandits, like say they agree, make it not be like say the negotiation no negotiate. In fact, Prince Francis Chilaka is here. He's my Wednesday guest. Prince Francis, apologies. I had to. Like, this is crazy. Now, the reason why this, I mean, it may not be such a story if we did not hear of this negotiation with bandits by the governor, from the mouth of the governor himself, where he did say that the reason for the negotiation is because he valued the lives of his people and he was desperate to ensure that he kept people alive. How can you negotiate with people just few days ago and then the next minute again? Remember that when that negotiation was going on, in that report, remember that report that I carried sometime, when that negotiation was going on, some villagers had also nursed the same fear, that they fear that these negotiations will not hold, because this is not the first time bandits have had such negotiations with government and they reneged and went back to their evil ways again. And it never even reached better 2 weeks. Prince Francis, sir.
It's just mockery and total madness. I said it here. I remember the day we talked about the governor or the bandits or the government signing pacts with bandits. And I said that these are same bandits everybody's looking for. These are same bandits that the Nigerian army have been walking around the clock looking for. And in the process, they have lost quite a number of men. And here you see the bandits holding their guns, telling you that those who have run away should come back. Telling you that they will no longer kill. That they will even end up protecting the people. And I said to you, I remember I said, this is peace of the graveyard. This is a peace that would hold no water. And then I think a few days after that, backlash, because people started criticizing. The governor came out and said, this negotiation has been on for 6 months. So what we're saying is a conclusion of that negotiation. And that for him, he prefers to preserve lives. And I ask myself, these are people who have been collecting ransom from people. And all of a sudden, you want to preserve lives by entering into a deal with them. Who enters into a deal with the devil? Who? It simply shows you the level of callousness, the level of lack of preparedness of your so-called leaders. Your leaders who are not seeing above their nose. Your leaders who are not pragmatic. Your leaders who are not visionary. That is what you get.
So
it brings us back to that point of forgive and forget. What about the bruises? It's like a woman who is married to an abusive husband. And the husband beats this woman blue black, and she moves out from the house to her father's house. And then the same husband comes to tell the parents, oh, don't worry, I have promised I will not beat her again. And then they send their daughter back. Do you know how the daughter will come back? Body bag. So this is just what it is. They allowed the government to play to the gallery. They took advantage. Why did the government not make arrests at that point? Why were these people not arrested? Are we saying that these so-called bandits are more powerful than the government, or they are more powerful than the Nigerian army? If we were in a country where things work, the state assembly should have initiated moves to impeach that governor. But no. Like I say, our political class are the most corrupt. Because it's all about themselves. Greed, selfish, grab. So because of that, they are not bothered about the lives of the Nigerian people. And that's the truth. I feel so pained. A few days back, I was talking to somebody who just got rescued. Not rescued. He paid ransom to be freed by bandits.
Eh?
This man, elderly man, yes, he paid ransom. I'm saying it on radio. He said they paid a ransom of 10 million naira.
In this Nigeria?
Which I think they got them either Shagamu or so. This man was, if the man shows you his back, you will cry for him. He was beaten. They were beating them while they were talking to their people to raise money. The man said they walked in the bush for 10 hours. And if you're one of those dragging them behind, they just put a bullet in you and move on. So this is not fairy tale. This is the reality Nigerians have faced. It is getting closer home.
So this is, you mean, Shagamu just around?
Yes, it is getting closer home.
They were kidnapped?
Kidnapped.
Can he come live on radio?
I don't know. I think he's still going through a lot of trauma. Maybe when he's...
Just Shagamu here.
The man sits up and is crying.
Did he try to explain what the kidnappers looked like?
He said, they're all Fulanis, young boys.
Young Fulani men?
Yes, between 18 and 22.
In Southwest here?
Southwest.
Kidnapped them. Did they kill people?
He said there was a farm or somebody they saw in the farm, maybe coming to his farm. They just took him out and moved on.
They killed him instantly.
They moved on. They don't look back. If anybody that was trying to slow them down, they just waste you and move on. In Nigeria, in Lagos, in Shagamu here.
So that's how people disappear.
And that is the end.
And they don't get to find them.
Exactly.
They may be just rotting away in a nearby bush.
Exactly.
Yay.
So I'm not saying something a fairy tale. I'm telling you what I was told. I was there. I saw the man with my own eyes. And then I asked this question. These so-called bandits, these Fulani headers or Fulani killer headers, or whatever they want to be called, what do they want? And then it brings me back. I've been reflecting over it, and I remember what Zulum said few months back, the governor of Borno State. He said we're going to face a worse kind of bandits. That because right now, it is the young youths that are being recruited. So the bandits are no longer coming from outside, but they're from within. The youths that we have refused to take to school, the youths that we have refused to train, the youths that we have refused to give employment. It's so shameful. It is sad, but this is the painful part of the Nigeria we're faced with today. And this is because we have a rotten political class. I feel so bitter. I feel so pained. This is not the Nigeria I experienced when I was much younger. This is not the Nigeria we had. When the likes of the late Latif Jakonde, the late Sam Mbakwe, the late Ajasi. This is not the kind of Nigeria we had.
Now, according to this report here, so the villagers were saying that the media has been, trying very hard to water down or under-reporting or not even reporting most of these incidents because so that it doesn't look like the government just negotiated now and why is this still happening? So do you believe that there's some sort of conspiracy to ensure that, or I don't know, to ensure that these incidents are not reported appropriately?
Well, the truth of the matter is that the government would do everything within its powers. They would say they don't want to incite the public. So because you don't want to incite the public, collateral damage is allowed. People will just, disappear and die like that. But I can assure you, you saw what they said happened in Ebonyi State now. Didn't you read the report where they said soldiers were even asking the people not to do videos? And then I asked myself, Nnamdi Kanu is incarcerated. Simon Ekpa is incarcerated. So who are these people? Who are these people? Is it not time for people to begin to think out of the box? Who are these people? Are they invisible? Are they more than the Nigerian army or the Nigerian police? Rather than the IGP of police sending the policemen to troubled areas, not to go and form checkpoints, but to go and ensure that lives are protected. You see your policemen still following VIPs around. kind of a country is this? Is this a country President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is asking people to be patient that is going to bequeath to the younger generation?
So, but this is very worrisome.
Is this kind of country where you just wake up, you're not sure of anything?
All right, so I'm reading further that report. They said in a statement by the police public relations officer, public relations officer of a certain organization, that the forum expressed deep concern over the escalating activities of armed bandits, noting that people were attacked, kidnapped, and killed almost daily without fear, and nothing did happen. So it's become a norm. Nobody is worried. How do we move forward in a society where such incidents are now treated like a norm, and then the media underreports or not report at all, or we look the other way?
The media themselves
and
are
how
scared.
come, the reason why this is a bit troubling is things will happen in other countries. There will be terror attacks. There will be some attacks in other countries. Our governments will send condolence messages to those countries. But meanwhile, it happens daily in ours.
Your government
How come we're not noticing? Is it that
your
I will
government
barely
don't
see
want condolences?
official reports or official statements?
Your government don't want condolences. Your government believes that if they cover these things up, it will not incite the people. They believe if you report them, it will incite the people.
Are you sure?
But I can tell you
Are
this.
you sure this is about government or about their handlers, or maybe the information not really gets
I
to government?
I can tell you this for free. We cannot continue like this. Honestly speaking, we cannot continue like this. With what happened in Ebonyi State, with what you're talking about in Kaduna, we cannot continue like this. We are gradually sliding into a banana republic. And I remember a few months back, we said something on this show. We said, we pray that this whole menace does not snowball into something else. And that's the prayer of every Nigerian. If Nigeria goes up in smoke, I am telling you, all the countries, all the African countries around Nigeria will not be able to accommodate Nigerians. A stitch in time saves 9.
But let's move on to other issues. I have a lot of questions to ask, but I'll just let it slip. Okay, so we'll move to Kogi State, where a civil society group, the Nigerian Renaissance Group, NRG, has asked Governor Usman Ododo of Kogi State to immediately refund the 13.4 billion naira he allegedly diverted from state coffers. I don't think he's 1 year in office yet, is it? Okay, let's move on. The group, which made the demand on Wednesday during a press conference in Abuja today, claimed that the funds released by the Nigerian government in December 2024 were meant for developmental projects across 21 local government areas of the state. Now, according to the group, the projects include improvement of education, healthcare infrastructure, and economic empowerment. The governor of the group, the convener of the group, I beg your pardon, Mr. Austin Okai, while speaking at the press briefing, called on the Attorney General of the Federation and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to investigate and recover the alleged diverted funds. He said that rather than use the funds for what it was meant for, what we now see in Kogi State is a continuation of corruption and impunity, similar to the pattern established by the governor, the former governor, who is on trial now, which is Alhaji Yahaya Bello. But still speaking about that, last year's budget of Kogi State, I think there was a budget of 2.4 billion naira thereabout for the renovation of the government house. In this 2025 budget that they released again, there is the same budget, 3 billion naira for renovation of government house. And people are wondering, wait, the same government house, is it every year we'll be renovating it?
Precious. Kogi people, or some of Kogi people, should go and hide their faces in shame. The Nigerian people, I don't think we're ready to hold our leaders accountable. I don't think we're ready to be civilized. I don't think we're ready for what comes with civilization and good governance. We're not. Nigeria is the only country where you see people who are malnourished, people who are starving, people who are hungry, praising those who have kept them in that condition. It's only in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country where nobody wants to fight for his or her right. Nigeria is the only country where, let us pray. Let us hope in God. Meanwhile, God has given us everything we need. Common sense, God has given us. Wisdom, God has given us. Knowledge, God has given us. God has given us everything we need to have a country we can be proud of. Yet, we're always praying and praying and praying and praying. What are we praying for? With all the prayers we have been praying, including the so-called prayer group, pray for Nigeria and all of that, where has that led us to? You saw the way Yahya Bello was celebrated in Kogi State after he was granted bail. And who were those celebrating him? The same people from Kogi State. At the point in time, you saw when the State House of Assembly said that he did not steal anything from the state, they should let him be. So why is this group now making noise that the current governor needs to account for some money? The truth of the matter is that it's not only in Kogi State, it's all over the country. This laissez-faire attitude, this I don't care attitude, I beg, let them continue. Not be only 4 years, and not be only 6 months. It will soon go. That is why this country is the way it is. We're divided along religious and ethnic lines. If my own person is there, I'll say, he's an Igbo man, so let it be. Let make it then an Igbo man. Even if the Igbo man is a non-entity, let him be there. That's how the North imposed Buhari. That was a disaster. Has become a disaster and was a disaster to Nigerians for 8 years.
Was he a disaster?
He was a disaster. So what do you want the people to, what do you want anybody to say? Your leaders understand the way the Nigerian people are. They know the Nigerian people, they don't have a staying power. They just scream. You give them 1,000 naira, they relax. They scream. You give them a little bit of rice, they relax. They scream. You make beans available in the market for them to go and queue up under the sun to buy. They are happy. I said the other day, and I'll keep saying it, Nigerians are not hungry yet. Nigerians have not seen suffering yet. Nigerians have not seen, the bitter peel of bad governance yet. When they do, they know what to do. When the Nigerian people do, they know what to do. If the Nigerian people are really suffering the way they want people to believe, the nonsense that played out in a Edo State election will not play out. But the people are not ready. The people are not ready. Honestly speaking, the Nigerian people are not ready. They haven't seen hunger yet. They haven't seen frustration yet. They haven't seen pain yet. The other day I was talking to a friend and he said he buys 5,000 naira units of energy and it doesn't last for more than 2 hours. And he was telling me, how do I survive as, a tailor and a fashion designer? How do I survive? When you go to the filling station to buy petrol for 10,000 naira, by the time they finish, you just lift it up. You'll be crying inside of you.
Okay, so let's quickly just move to other issues before I get to what the ICPC chairman said about endemic corruption in the country. Apologies, I had to raise this issue. So I'm sure you're aware today that the president jacked up the proposed 2025 budget from 49.7 trillion naira to 54.2 trillion naira. So now Atiku Bagudu, while said that while the process was still going on, that he explained that the legislative work. Well, he made some explanations. Bottom line is that he did speak to the Senate Committee on National Planning and Senate Committee on Finance, establishing that that for the need to generate more revenue by some government institutions, namely the Federal Inland Revenue Services and maybe the Customs Services. So, you talked about additional 4.5 trillion naira that was established, and this was taken to the president, and he guided that this additional revenue should be used to further strengthen the Bank of Agriculture, Bank of Industry, support the diversification of programs by putting more money to the solid minerals sector, as well as infrastructure projects. Not also forgetting that these ministries churned out quite, some amount of money lately. I think 1.4 trillion, the other about 1.4 trillion, 1.2 trillion lately. So that's like an upward in budgetary provision for expectation on these ministries. Whilst we'll be happy that we're generating more revenue, or ministries and government agencies are generating more revenue in this administration, but what is the implication of that to the average Nigerian? Should we just be happy that revenue is being generated?
The one has
or
been,
are there implications?
The one that has been generated so far, how has it helped the Nigerian people?
So what is the implication of giving a huge target to customs, for instance?
Well,
or FIRS, for instance?
Let me say it this way. When you give such target, I think the custom has been given 12 trillion.
In 1 year.
In 1 year. What it means is that the prices of things are going to go up. Whatever you charge an importer, whatever you charge an importer in the process of clearing his goods, who do you think is going to pay for it? If you have a container, for instance, in one of the ports, and you're paying, say, a demurrage of 90,000 naira a day, and because you're going through the paperwork of clearing your container and all of that, and that container stays there for, say, 2 weeks, Precious, do the mathematics. So 2 weeks, you're paying how much? When you multiply 90,000 naira by 2 weeks, that gives you about, let's say, times 9, that's about 1.260. About 1.2 or so. Yeah, about 1.2 million. All right, that is demurrage. We're not talking about your clearing, funds. We're not talking about the duty you pay. And then if you pay this, and you're paying, say, a duty of, maybe a duty of 14 million, by the time you add all the expenses into one container 40 feet, and you're going to 20 million, who would pay for that 20 million? Is it the importer? Or is it the Nigerian masses? So when you give a target that does not make sense, people will pay the price.
So are you saying in this revenue generation that were expectation for these agencies, it may not be all beautiful for Nigerians?
It is not going to be beautiful for Nigerians.
This revenue is generated by Nigerians at the end of the day.
The money the governors, the local government chairman, and the federal government is sharing every month from FAC. Who is giving you account of it? Tell me the development you're saying. I mean, I'm gonna take it to the southeast. And I keep talking about the Southeast because the governors in the Southeast are not listening. Precious, what will it cost the 5 states in the Southeast to run a train network? What will it cost them to run a train network from Owerri to Port Harcourt, from Owerri to Umuahia? What will it cost them? Since they're finding it difficult to develop roads, to make inways in the Southeast, what will it cost them to have that kind of network? And then when you network the entire Southeast with train, some states in the Southeast won't even need airports.
Okay, so let's move straight to what the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, Mr. Musa Aliyu, said today. He narrated how the hospital projects, a particular hospital project, was paid for 100% by government officials 5 times without building the hospital. I don't know whether you understand.
They were hallucinating. Yes.
So you pay for a project, a government officials paid for a particular project 100 times.
100%.
Sorry, 100%. 5 times, but that project was not executed.
You're talking of that. Why are we running away from talking about Seriki? I mean, what's his name? Hadi Seriki. Your former minister for aviation. Hadi Serika. Why are we running away from him?
What did he do?
Where are the aircrafts? Where is your Nigerian airline? Precious. I've been a goat, chop the money, I've been a monkey. We know that Nigeria is a country where animals are very good at swallowing money. The man is working free. Even though he's on bail, he's working free. So what kind of a system are we running? And that's why I tell you, I say we are not ready to fight corruption. The civil service of Nigeria seems to be the most corrupt because they're the ones who aid and abet all these politicians. So when we talk about things going wrong in this country, it's like a vicious circle. It's like a vicious circle.
But how can Nigerians cope when there is also lots of hunger? For instance, former minister during the last administration, Adebayo Shitu, he lamented the effect of nationwide hardship, narrating how a woman in need of just 3,000 naira telephoned him more than 30 times.
Did he give the money?
We were narrating the story. Why would he not give?
No. I mean, is that the kind of story a former minister should be talking about? I mean, why are those people laughing at, why are they laughing at the ordinary Nigerians? Why?
He's trying to explain how difficult things are.
No.
And how bad it is for Nigerians.
He's trying to explain. When he was a minister, what did he do? What did he achieve? What did he achieve for this country? Let him point out one thing. He would say, oh, as a minister, this is what I did to add value to Nigeria, to add value to the lives of the people. Don't come and be telling us all this nonsense. If he's a minister in this government, will he be saying this rubbish? Unfortunately, those who have governed this country before are very good at gaslighting the Nigerian people. That's how your former president told you that he's surviving on the rent from his property. Is he not collecting pension? All the largesse that goes with being an ex-president, is he not benefiting from it? Who is he fooling? This same minister talking, is he not collecting benefits from here and there? These are not the kind of news you should be, pandering all over the place. An ex-minister saying somebody was begging him for 3,000 and he didn't have. Is he not ashamed?
He didn't say he didn't have. But let's move on to other issues. So I thought to, bring this to the fore a bit so that we just get to understand. It was a funny report anyway by People's Gazette as they wrote and said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's nephew, Wale Tinubu, filed a lawsuit against People's Gazette, their publication, and demanded a 1 billion naira as compensation for a confidence crisis Wando PLC claims to have suffered due to reports published by the masthead. That is, they say Wando say they suffer confidence crisis because of the reports with People's Gazette, right? And that report had to do with what Wando wrote about Owando's People's Gazette wrote about Owando's acquisition of Ajib Nigerian assets. They claim that asset or that agreement or negotiation had been ongoing, of course, for years before the emergence of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president, but he only got executed during President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that this report by People's Gazette insinuating that because the president is now in power and the negotiation became faster and is now executed, that it looks like he had interest and that this has cost them confidence crisis. So people may now lack confidence in their administration. And people were like, was it a coincidence that sorry, I apologize, I just thought so. Remember that there's also an allegation right now that almost all the NNPC filling stations right now are now owned by Owando. That is, Owando has taken over all NNPC.
Wait, have they denied it?
So if you're buying,
has Owando, the same Owando, have they come to explain to Nigerians about Malta that Dangote talked about?
It's just a blending plant.
Have they told us their relationship?
Oh, they mentioned it. I think they mentioned it.
So if they are claiming certain, let me tell you the truth. The Igbos will say, "Onye nea no nenigba na aga komo." Do you know what it means? It says somebody who has a father in heaven never goes to hell. We are all human beings, and we will all think as human beings, and we will act as human beings. So if anybody feels that, or anybody says that the family line of the president are having some benefits, the person is not out of tune, and that's the truth. So for me, this is no news. If they want to go to court, let them go to court. Okay. After all, when INEC was announcing results, and people were saying, we don't agree. We don't agree. What did INEC say? Go to court. Go to court. Let them go to court.
Okay, speaking about going to court, let's quickly just chime in on this. I'm sure you saw all the expose going on social media about US aid and all that. But in reaction to that, the United States Agency for International Development, has said that it is placing all directly hired staff globally on administrative leave based on these accusations. So, men just don't hold first. But there's yet another bombastic revelation. As reports has revealed that the U.S. Agency for International Development, that is USAID, funded BBC to run an anti-Trump reporting. He said this was also similar to the reporting carried out by Reuters news media, after collecting $300 million by the Joe Biden's administration to target Elon Musk. So, there's been some expose lately about how the funds by USAID that was meant especially for African countries or developing countries to aid health concerns and all that are diverted and used for diverse purposes. Some for even funding terrorism in one way or the other, allegedly though. So, are you surprised to see all this cropping up? Remember, the reason I raised this up, your friend David Hundeya and Aisha Youssef, or your friends, are in this mix, as David is, unveiling that even the Bring Back Our Girls campaign
is a scam,
was ab initio intended to just remove Jonathan from government, and it was partly somehow supported by USAID funding.
U.S. government.
Government now.
Mention the president that was on
Barack Obama there.
Good.
And that was why it was only Obama's wife Michelle, carried placard and said, "Bring back our girls." And Aisha refused to accept the fact that perhaps she was used by U.S. government knowingly or unknowingly, and there's been this back and forth.
Okay, let me chime in on this, and I'll say that Nigeria is the only country where people don't apologize. You remember the Justice Oputa panel, and I remember IBB was invited. He didn't show up, if I'm right. It was called the Conciliation and whatever, committee. Aisha Mohammed, Abi? Am I right? Aisha Yusufu. And who again? Is it Okwesileze, if I'm right?
Ngozi Ezekwesili.
Ezekwesili.
How are you mixing up their names? Is the case, sir?
Yes. And they should be asking themselves questions by now.
So you really think they were used?
I'm coming.
Okay.
And the question I want them to ask is, how many years down the line, how many of these girls have been brought back? And those that have not been brought back, where are they? What is happening to them? It's a human thing to fail, to fall. You are more dignified when you trace the cause of your failure, admit it, and apologize. From what is coming out now, it is becoming more and more clearer that it was a calculated event, calculated issue. It was prepared to remove somebody from power. Who is your vice president today?
Former Governor Kasim Shettima.
Former governor.
Yes, sir.
Was it not during his tenure that the girls got missing?
Yes, it was.
Was it not also during his tenure that the girls were brought to government house looking well dressed and their clothes shown for them? You don't remember how they looked when they got back?
Everybody who was kidnapped always come back.
Do you also remember that the principal of that school was given an appointment as a commissioner? Are you not aware of all this? See,
you think that was some sort of reward?
All those who be girls, where are they today?
But there are still girls in captivity till now.
Where are they?
Okay. Why are they not crying and shouting for the remaining of the girls to be back?
How come their voices have suddenly died? All the Dapchi girls, have they all come back? And why is it that each time these bandits go to kidnap these girls in schools, you don't see the military, you don't see the police, and they spend hours? Do you know what it takes to move children? Precious.
Sir?
Do you know what it takes to move children? How do they move them? They bring luxurious buses to freight them away.
So are you saying that there may be some truth in the expose by David Hunting?
I think there is. What I expect Aisha Yusuf to do right now is to sit back and do a forensic study and find out if there's an element of truth in what is being said, and find out if she was just used to achieve a purpose. That's what a reasonable person should do. I'm not going head on to fight with. You don't even know how long Huden has gone on with this investigation to start bringing out the information it's bringing out. So for you to respond as a reasonable person, you will also sit back to do your studies and be sure of what you're saying. With your former governor of Borno State, you're now your vice president. Has banditry ended in Borno State? Precious. Has it? You've forgotten the promise he made to Nigerians during the campaigns that he's going to be in charge of defense. Is he doing that now? Or has he been relegated to the back door? Too many questions, very few answers.
All right, Lakers phone lines are open. Let's start to take your calls and reactions and the conversations we raised tonight. So a lot of people would wonder and worry that what's the way forward, in this country? Do we keep talking without results?
First and foremost, I believe it is better for us to judge than to war. And that's why a lot of us are passionate about talking. On the other hand, too, we expect the government or those in power to do the needful, to do the right thing. Unfortunately, they are not. Every state in Nigeria at some point in time had a leader they could look up to, had a leader they could call role model. Lagos State had one, the late Lateef Jakonde. Imo State had one, the late Sam Mbakwe. Kaduna State had, Ogun State had. These were men of honor and proven integrity. These were men that patriotism was flowing in their veins. Can we say the same of the leaders we have today? Can we say that this crop of leaders we have today are developing this country? Can we say that the crop of leaders we have today have a vision for this country?
So what's the way forward?
The way forward is when the Nigerian people are ready. They will exercise their rights properly. They are not ready yet. When we are ready, we will throw religion out of the window, we'll throw ethnicity out of religion, and then we'll begin to look for people. We will vote in people that have honor and proven integrity.
But some people will tell you that even if you vote, your votes will not count, and it doesn't matter because
that is a stupid man way of analogy.
Wow, really?
Yes, very seriously. We saw what played out in 2023, and I can assure you.
Are you sure that your votes could count?
And yes, votes can count. I've done the mathematics, and I know where all the riggings, how they take place, and that's why I keep telling Nigerians. First of all, in your polling booth, find out how many registered voters. If there are 300 registered voters and only 50 come out to vote, do you know you have created room for rigging and falsification of results? I heard Mr. President just sacked some.
Oh, yes. Because he was treated in the news, so I thought not
yes.
to mention it.
Yes, no, but the question is why.
But by the way, including the former Adamawa states, the suspended Adamawa states. Right.
Whether you suspend him or not, it's not. What played out in Adama is that the man saw that the head was doing some things. He decided to do his own and collect his own money. But that's not where I'm going to. Where I'm going to is that why is it that nobody's calling what's his name? The INEC chairman to account?
Oh, he should?
He should account.
Why should he be called?
How much did he collect? Why is he not giving account to Nigerians? Is it the mumbo jumbo he's saying about glitches that he wants Nigerians to take to?
You believe that those were...
What kind of... What
you don't
kind
believe
of...
in the glitches?
I don't believe in any glitch, my friend. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
May I know why?
We need to change the system where the president appoints the INEC chair. We need to have institutions that are truly working. And I keep drawing people's mind back to when Joe Biden won the election in America. And, Donald Trump was trying to show his that he's a man, is this. If you followed it, you see how immediately Joe Biden was announced as the winner. What happened? The American CIA, what did they do? They shifted. Their allegiance is to the country first. But if it's in Nigeria, no. You will receive, first of all, gather all the supporters, they will gather they will beat you, lock you up, and all of that. But the point I'm trying to make is that for us to get it right, we need to do something urgently. One of them is we need to come out as Nigerians and discard that 1999 obnoxious constitution. It is very, very imperative we do that. And then secondly, we need to take religion and ethnicity and keep them away from what we're doing as a people.
All right, biggest phone lines are open. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin to take your calls and reactions on the conversations we had tonight. 0700 903 903 903 0803 692 9933 0817 175 6338 0817 175 6338. These are the numbers to call. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, please, go ahead, sir.
You can hear me?
Yes, please.
You can hear me very clearly?
Yes, please, go ahead, sir.
Okay, sister.
Sir?
I greet you and I greet Prince.
We greet you.
Sister, I'm very, very happy this night. I don't know that you are my sister. My blood sister says. I don't know that you are my blood sister. In 1887, my grandfather sold their own grandfather in Rivers, the last batch of slaves going to Chicago plantation.
So your grandfather sold my grandfather, and you're happy?
Yes.
And you're happy that your grandfather sold my grandfather?
We are supposed to go through Panya, through Falanda, through Ghana, before they stop the slave trade. Because we are talking fast like me now, and our voice is 19. So that's why it's like, blood is thicker than water.
Hey, and that is why we both speak fast.
Hey, I'm very, very happy, man.
Hey.
Please, to the bandits, terrorists, them bandits.
Hello.
Are you hearing me, sister?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. They want finalization jihad. 2024 January, there was killing in Plateau, and we did not carry it. NGS did not carry it. They were pleased redeem Ojuku, what he said, last year when he came back from exile. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The terrorists integrated 23 October inside Nigeria, went to police station and they released the terrorists in detention in police. Are you hearing me? Some people imported terrorists in 2014, thinking that Oga will go hand over. Somebody heard 400 terrorists most of them. No questions. Sister,
Sir?
we protested end bad governance last year. They said that reason. We protested hunger. They said that reason. We fought for our rights in 2020. They killed us at Lekki. I want to assure bring that. Let's focus on this goal. Make him know why. One day, it will be better. No politician in Nigeria have factory to the detriment of Nigerian youth. To avoid being with wanted when they leave office, so that the EFCC cannot come and carry them. That's why politicians. So, Kogi people should stop because Kogi is one of the worst states under the blame. It's not on earth. So, Kogi people have to rise up and fight. Are you hearing me, sister? So, what I want to say is, for me, because of what I'm concluding to say whether I will vote. But I want Ms. Priscilla to fight more. When they know of Viva, when they know announce the result 3 a.m., when they know backtrack judgment of expected November to 26th October. Are you hearing me? When they make sure say all the whole judgmentation finish before installment. Are you hearing me? In conclusion, I've been telling my people where I was born and I'm an origin of IPOP. When they know allow criminalization, when they know allow banning. But If bandits become Igbo land, we are going to fight with our last blood.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Koboko. Thank you. Oh, dear. Hello, good evening and welcome. Oh, dear. I think I lost that call. Okay, phone lines are still open. 0817-175-6338. That is the WhatsApp line. 0817-175-6338. But the direct line to call is 0802-877-4660. Hello, good evening. Oops. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Hello.
Sir?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This is Comrade Iroko from Ejibo.
Comrade Iroko, it's been a long time. Welcome.
I've always been a listener because all the deliberation in the studio always lead to what Nigeria are expecting from all our analysts. Prince Silaka is there now. He's there for all Nigerians, all the masses. What evil we are supposed to say and the one we are not supposed to say, he has already said it. Even the one we are supposed to say that we cannot say on here, he has already used the idea to manipulate it. What else do you want everybody to do in this country? Today is the day that people are supposed to understand that the death is what is in the front of everybody. And before you can get your rights from anybody, you must be able to decide to die. Otherwise, it is the evil in Yoruba language that the it means if you did not get a cutlass, you cannot ask the death of your father. So now, all Nigerians in this nation have the cutlass in their hands, which is their right to protest for any misconduct in the nation. But they refuse to stand up from their slumber. So if they are now dying, we will now be sorrowful for each other. It's as if we want to continue to be dying, we should just continue. If we want to get our rights, we know our rights. Ms. Prince Silaka said it right, that we did not ready. If we are ready, we know what to do. If you don't want to die, stay in your house. If death did not come and meet somebody, even in the church, people are in the church praying, they throw bomb. This same Boko Haram we are talking about. The God did not use his own marvelous hand to stop the bomb. The bomb later entered the church and bomb everybody. So who is fooling who? God will be there, you know. Anybody waiting. Make everybody say, sir, no wahala. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. God bless you too. Phone lines are still open. Nigeria 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338 and 0803 692 9933. In case you're just joining us, let me quickly run you through the hot topics that we have, maybe after this call. Hello, good evening. Please help me turn off totally the volume of your radio set.
Prince Chinaka, my man of the year, I greet you specially, sir.
I greet you, sir.
Well done, sir. And our APC spokeslady and woman leader, well done. Our market, hope you are enjoying your government. I heard that your president has traveled as usual.
Yes. For a private visit
and
a private trip.
Like, as you know, it's as usual now on health visit. They will only paint it in the picture of private visit as usual. So remember that, is it not yesterday that your health minister said foreign people are coming for health tourism in Nigeria? You can see that these people are lying. As usual, they are always lying. So it's very glaring that these people, they don't have anything to offer but lies, excuses, propaganda, and eye service. So that's why we are in this mess. So like Abasha said, any insecurity that lasts for 24 hours, that the government knows about it. So you can see what happened in Benue State where people were killed. Government will never tell you that they know about all these things, but the truth is very glaring. So, like we used to say, blessed are those who do not expect from this government, for they shall not be disappointed. I just pray that very soon, the truth about this government, maybe David Dundein or what do you call it, Peter Obi or Atiku will go and beg Trump so that he can release this certificate for us, so that we can know the true picture of what really transpired in 2023 election.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, good evening. You've had your time, Dayo.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Ron. I'm calling from Okoko.
You're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Please help me turn up the volume of the radio set.
Okay, you are listening. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Oh dear, I think I lost you. Hello, good evening. Are you there?
Hello. Is that VOP?
Hello.
Is that VOP? Hello.
Yes, this is VOP. Welcome.
I'm very fortunate today. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How about you? What's your name, sir?
I'm doing great. No matter Tinubunomics, we are doing great. You have Comrade and Salas on the line. I want to greet my brother there. I've been listening to him, but very difficult to scale through the callings. Even when Ogada Linton will be in the studio, he will not be able to. I would do the listening. Unfortunately, this evening. All what my brother has said there, we are not ready. If we are ready, we will take our own destinies into our hands. You see, like whether the last caller, Dio, it is on news platform, all the news platforms that our president has traveled to France.
Yes, for a private visit.
A private visit. I called one of the radio stations this evening, and I said he has sold himself cheap into the hands of Emmanuel Macron.
What do you mean by that?
Yes. When you go to someone's house every day, they will put a spoon so that when you come, they put a plate. He said, the man has come, please use that his plate. So he has gotten a plate and spoon in France now. So let me repeat it here on the VOP. Whatever he is taking, our president is taking as our common patrimony, our common wealth, to go and hide in France. Let him remember, Abacha did that. He buried those wells, but he did not bury, he only buried the head. The legs of those wells were outside, and those wells started coming in. So whatever that is taken from Nigeria, that is taking France as his second home, sooner or later, whatever he kept there, the whole world will see. That is my take this evening.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
I think I just, I just wanted to add to, everybody is saying that Mr. President has gone to France for medical check. And I think, was it yesterday, your minister said that people are coming from abroad, for medical care in Nigeria. And I am quick to ask the minister, Minister, which of the hospitals in Nigeria do you use? Yes, we need to know. Which of them? In the last 1 or 2 weeks, you've heard almost all the nurses and doctors in most of the FMCs complaining. So if the minister is telling us that we have a top-notch hospital, is it private or is it public? And if they are public, I beg, Minister, just like every other Nigerian, we want to know which of them you patronize, so that me too, I will go patronize them.
All right, let me go back to my phone lines. Hello, good evening. Oh dear. Okay, WhatsApp line is still open, 0817-175-6338. That's a WhatsApp line. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Good evening. Yes, please. Please be turning down the volume of your radio set, please. Oh, we can't do this. When you call us, please turn off the volume of your radio set. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome, sir.
My name is Abum. I'm coming from Lagos.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. I extend my greetings to your guest. I want to start my contribution with a program, an Igbo program that says, Eji Otom Ahu Isi Ahu Ama Otom.
I don't understand you.
Ama Otom. If be able to translate it into English, I could say, from the smell of a fart, one can tell the taste of the fetus. When we see some of our government officials, especially security agents, we know that they are not serious. They are not serious. Forget about what they complain of, no equipment, no training, no what. They are not serious. If they use half or 50% of their effort they use in election period, you will know that this insecurity we are talking about, they will bring it down. It was about 6 billion that was sent for Edo election, given to the security to go and prosecute the Edo election. What does that mean? Go and fix election for whoever sent you. And so that is where they act very well. Over 30-something thousand spies to go. If you recall, when Governor Oji of Abia State discovered dead bodies, decapitated dead bodies in Lakpata, and then he alerted the war, I had expected the Inspector General of Police, the DSS, all the security apparatus that we have in Nigeria to assemble in Alapanta. So I have a DNA test of this body to match it to the family of those who have been declared missing or one way or the other, but they were not interested. They were not interested. And don't forget also, the government of UAE had given us list of terrorist sponsors, over 400 of them. And up till now, nobody has seen the list. Nobody has heard about what has happened to the list. And then I say also, see the directive that was alleged that our president gave to Lagos State House of Assembly to reverse the action they have almost unanimously taken concerning their speaker, and see what is going on. See the direction the president gave towards the installation of Akpabio as the Senate president. You can imagine, from my program now, you can imagine what is happening in our federal courts. You can imagine, could that be also happening in the judiciary? Is such instruction going to INEC?
You've had your 2 minutes, sir. I was waiting for you to land so I can cut you off. You've had your 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that is why I have said they are not serious. Until they are serious.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, phone lines are still open. Hello, good evening. Hello? Okay, all right. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening. Hello? Oh dear. Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Mr. Chikeze, speaking from Go.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
To talk about the massacre in Edo State. I want to talk about in Edo State. Up to now, Nigeria government said anything because those that happened. That thing that happened in Edo State is not part of Nigeria. If it is another part of this nation, they have. This nation would have even sent the whole military, both the Air Force and the men, both Army, Air Force, whatever thing they have, send it down to the southeast to destroy everything there. Today, I have been listening. If have not said anything, and those people they massacre there, they are. When the Igbos are talking, that they are those who are they send there to kill, they are Fulani men. These Fulani men, they know them. But when it happens, nobody will say anything. Those they kill there, they are animals, they are not Nigerians, or they are not human beings. But nothing that we conceal on this earth that they will not reap. Let them continue doing it. God is watching. If they are stronger than the Igbos, they are not strong The whole world is watching. The massacre is going. Massacre.
Unfortunately, your network is so bad. Your network is so bad, sir. You can try and call
God will judge them. God will judge the military.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello. Good evening.
Madam Precious,
Hello. Good evening. You're welcome.
My name is Robert, Madam Precious.
Robert, where are you calling from?
Good morning, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, Robert.
I'm calling
Go
from
ahead.
Apapa now, Lagos.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Can you
Go
hear me?
ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Precious, I want to ask the Prince if, for example, now if the president is traveling, I want to two questions I want to ask you. Number one, he said he was going for a private visit. Are you supposed to go with the private jet? That is Nigeria property. The jet that they bought for him. Was he supposed to go along with it? That is number one. The second one is I want the president is trapped or any other government high dignity in this country. Can they search their thing to know maybe they are going out with something? I don't know, maybe they are not subjected to scrutiny, search or something. I don't know. I just want to know. Thank you.
All right. Let me quickly say this, and I guess I'll be saying it, which is the mind of everyone. The presidential jet is the official means for the president to travel. It is not meant for him to travel on his own personal movement. But we know the way Africa is. We know the way Nigeria is. We don't have due process. We don't have accountability. So people just do what they want to do. Ordinarily, Mr. President traveling on his own personal should be able to go and buy a first-class ticket and travel with. But then, what do you expect? This is Africa. This is Nigeria. Everything goes.
All right. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, pleasure.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. My name is Chika. I'm calling from Apapa.
You're welcome, Chika. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Yes. Precious, we are talking about insecurity, bad governance. But sometimes I will say, what kind of thinking do we Nigerians think? What do we think? We have a president who was accused of all kinds of corruption, who was accused of different kind of a thing. And this person happens to be the godfather of Lagos, somebody who turned the Lagos state into his family property. You have a vice president who has not only been accused of sponsoring terrorism, a bandit terrorist was arrested and he escaped detention. And the same person was found in government house when this vice president was a governor of Borno State. And we are here complaining of insecurity. How do you think that insecurity will go? Can a president like Bola Tinubu give you a good governance?
Why would he not give a good governance?
Our time. With all the things that you have been accused of, is actually clear evidence that you should stay away from this kind of person. The annoying part is that APC and Tinubu, their style of politicking is they make sure that people who surround them, people who can protect them when there is eventuality, the army or guards, the police and stuff like INEC, judiciary, they make sure that they are being taken care of. So that anytime the people want to react, then those institutions will protect them. They are criminally wiser than the people, but I think that we are the problem. If we are ready, 220 million people cannot allow people, the group who is not up to a million, keep them in this kind of terrible condition. it is quite unfortunate. I align with Prince Chilaka. We are not ready. By the time we are ready, we solve the problem by ourselves. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. That's your opinion. You like to say something?
No, but I keep saying it, that we haven't seen hunger, we haven't seen poverty, we haven't seen frustration. When it dawns on Nigerians, I'm telling you, every Nigerian will go and get their voters card, and they will exercise their
All right.
rights.
Kenechiko from First Success. Good evening. Is it that the military cannot defeat bandits and Boko Haram without this computer age? Now, okay, with all this computer age, you meant to say. Now, wow, it's shameful. And His Royal Highness Bisi Woko says the way bandits and terrorists are being pampered in the north is too bad and should be condemned by all. Having agreement with the bandits is like undermining the power of our security agencies. With the damage these criminals have done so far, it will be laughable to see any sensible person to have anything to do with them. Our security forces should rise up and get these criminals out. That's what you said. And Taiwo from Ota says, this is what you get when you pamper terrorists, bandits, herdsmen in a country where we claim to have a leader. Can this happen anywhere else in a Senate climb? You try to ask. Joel from Alaba International says, while coming back home yesterday from CMS heading towards Doi bus stop, we saw some group of teenage boys approach motorists in traffic asking for money. By the time it gets dark, anyone who refuses to cooperate would either be robbed or have their vehicles damaged. Really, police station is just a stone throw. Nowhere is safe anymore.
No, but I think I need to, also say that the menace of this young man is getting unbearable, especially on Mile 2, coming all the way from Apapa to Mile 2. From Apapa, yes, to Mile 2. First of all, you find this Danfo and commercial bus drivers blocking the entire, road. The express, they've turned the express to their park, and the government is watching. You even see some last mile people standing there as if they are, they're just confused. They don't know what to do. And then if you're coming with a car, maybe a car you're just clearing from the port, you are done for. The way they ask for money, and if you're not ready to give them money, they are ready to destroy something, just damage something on the car. And I think this is part of the menace, and government needs to look into it. We keep talking of bandits, we keep talking about terrorism, we keep talking about herdsmen, but we are also breeding them in our other ways. These people should be curbed. The menace of area boys in Lagos should be looked into.
Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Precious.
Sir?
Comrade up and back, please. I want to ask my brother a question there to just enlighten us. If you remember during Christmas, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Now, during that week, he's supposed to stay in Abuja and work. Ran down to Lagos here. This one, he has abandoned job and went to France on a private visit. And he will still collect his salary, and he will still collect all his emoluments. So please, I'm not a lawyer. Is this man not contravening the law of the civil service, abandoning his work the midweek, and jetted out for France? Because I don't understand. On a private visit, while the work is on, look at, today is Wednesday. So I don't understand. Let our brother there enlighten us.
He's not a lawyer. Apologies. He's not a lawyer. Thank you so much.
I think what we really have in Nigeria is the impunity of leadership. Our leaders don't seem to take anything serious. Our leaders they wake up and they're on the move. And that's a big problem. It's something that is holding down the civil service. You go to some ministries, you don't even find people coming to work at 8. You see people strolling in by 12. Okay. And half of the day is already gone. So there's so much laxity, there's so much impunity in governance, and it needs to be curbed. And that's why everybody's saying, oh, maybe it's the right time for government to implement Orasaya report. But who would do that? Who will bear the cut? This is a president who sacked 5 and employ 7. This is the president that has about 12 to 13 media aides. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they saying to the Nigerian people? The 12 to 13 media aides, what are they doing? Of a bloated government. And everybody's keeping quiet.
But the government, the president even reacted to it when he was asked during the media chat about the size of it. He said, look, the population of Nigeria, over 200 million people, and I'm have only 40-something ministers.
Precious. Mr. President saying he shouldn't have said that because he said it took him 30 good years to prepare himself for this job.
And for him to give us good governance, he needs human beings.
He shouldn't be giving us excuses.
So he needs human beings to give us the quality of governance that we desire.
Now, how many of them do you hear speak to
Hello?
you out of that 13?
Hello?
Okay. Let me quickly read some messages there. You see from Ejig. Okay, I think I have a caller on the line. Hello, good evening.
Hello, is it Madam Precious?
Yes, it is.
Sir, good evening.
Welcome.
You're calling from Ago.
You're welcome.
Please, the man that called before me, he raised a very good point too. And this thing has to be treated. He raised a very, very good point. If it's an ordinary person that they say you abandon job or this or that, why would our president will abandon his job and be moving up and down? I want to pull back for this killing this killing. This killing is too much.
Okay.
This killing is too much. Had it been now, this thing happening not or not, you know what would have happened now. I want to tell everybody that everybody should carry knife and carry whatever you use and defend yourself.
No,
defend yourself.
No, you
Nothing
can't say this on air.
You
You can't say this on air, brother. No. You can't do this, please. Okay, Yusuf from Ijego says the guest in the house is asking who are these people killing people in Nigeria. Look at the way we are looking at death coming to us all. Until when do we rise against these killers? Until they wipe all of us out? Are we really okay petting our own killers? And you now said breaking news now has it. News has it that Headers launched another attack on a boy community. We fold hands looking at death. What is wrong is wrong. That's all. What is wrong with us, rather, you asked. This says, good evening, Precious. My name is Ahmed from Akoko Edo. He said, my mother was kidnapped last year December. We paid 5 million naira along Okene Ibilo Road. My mother say they are all Fulanis. Please, the government should do something.
You see, when we keep emphasizing that these Fulanis have become a thorn in the flesh, I'm one of those that don't believe in profiling people from where you come from. But, when a particular set of human beings keep portraying other people of the same tribe in bad light, it means that something is wrong. I expect that all the political leaders and the elders of the Fulanis by now should be talking to their people. But they're not doing that. But they're quick to come and react. When you say, oh, a cow has been killed, they come out to react. In other words, we have a country where, cow has more value than human life. I am using this opportunity to call on, the prominent sons and daughters of Fulanis, that they should please talk to their people.
Thank you. Hello, welcome. Welcome, sir.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening and welcome.
Yes, I greet can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Like Christian.
All right, let me pick up. See,
yes.
I heard some people. I know they have their opinions. They are questioning why the president will abandon the team and travel. My question for them is that when the president did travel, of what benefit is his presence to the people? When the NSAS killing took place at the toll gate, that was when he was still nursing his presidential ambition. His children, let me put it that way, because we know him to be a godfather of people. He never came out to make any statements as regards those children that were killed. And you are questioning why. It means you expect much from him. I don't know why we Nigerians keep placing priorities on things that are not, let me put it that way. This is a man that has come to add feathers to his cap. You know what I mean by that? He said his lifelong ambition is to be the president. So he has been a governor. You know, now he wants to add the feather to his cap. He don't need anybody to tell you that the bunch of leaders we have are just there for selfish interests, personal interests, and not national interests. And sadly, Nigerians are the major problems of themselves because we are divided on ethnic lines, on religious lines. Look at what happened in the Tower of Babel. God knew that these people were going to achieve their purpose, and he scattered. He made sure they had different tongues, and that is what these politicians are doing to Nigerians. Sadly, Nigerians have bought it. Go and get the opinions of many Nigerians on the street now. Even on social media, people are so. We have this bias towards each other. Igbos to Yoruba. And why I'm so happy now is that even some of the Yorubas, you know, that have supported this man, they have their right. Now they are crying and shouting, even when they have nothing was on the court there, that these people have nothing to offer. Now they are candidating around for a reward. Such a shame. If you are looking for a synonym for Nigeria, it should be shamelessness. I am telling you. Yes. How can you have that? I need these people. Diaspora treat us the way they are treating us. Look at what happened in Ethiopia. You know, that was standing by Nigeria.
No, it was Kenya. It was Kenya Airways. It was.
You
Kenya
said what?
Airways. It was Kenya Airways.
But Kenya Airways, where? You know, what I'm trying to tell you is that they treat Nigerians with disdain because of the way our leaders portray themselves publicly. You leave your country, you're having a headache, you travel abroad. Is that not shamelessness? And the docile Nigerians that we have as a people, we keep fighting ourselves over nonsense. See, we are not ready. Just like President said, hunger has not started. When the hunger wipe their head, they will know what to do.
Hey.
They will know what to do.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, come and be going, brother. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you.
It is well as APC
SDP members, you too. Well done. Mention from Mafoluku said, long live you for always enlightening us, updating us, and making our voice heard. Prince Chilaka, I totally agree with you that we Nigerians are not ready yet to take charge of our country. I don't know how many countries in the world can tolerate to the extent that we're doing in this country. These current killings in Ebonyi, Enugu, Delta. You remember Delta State? They also complained the other day that they are raping their old women in their farms, raping women. Okay, that's what you said, though. Well, let me rest my case. Who said this? This is precious. The spiritual controls the physical. There is a blood bank in Nigeria. Unfortunately, blood must spill every day. Also, most Nigerians have been tied down and can't do anything. Only a few can, but the evil doers are more. They cast spell to the moon when we sleep. The sun carries the command as we wake up every day. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And this Esther says, he says, I salute you and your guest. There's something I take to heart from all these things being said. Nigerians are not ready for a better country. Will they suffer, they smile. Now this country, then they hail thievery and corruption. So until we decide, say, we don't ready to reform the country with our own hands, till then, that time we will move forward. That's what you said. God, I beg you, may the hardship not pass like this. So. And engineer Carlo from Benin Republic says, Bonsoir precious. What happened in Ebonyi State is what Dave Umahi wants. Ebonyi State people are not surprised. Now, current governor said Ebonyi should not retaliate because Nigeria belongs to. Rest now. Thank you so much, CY. I'm doing okay. Truth be told, Nigerians and Nigeria need to apologize to GEJ Jonathan because the drama that played amid 2015 general elections isn't funny. Even GEJ has also confessed to what happened to Nigeria, to him, especially with regards of kidnapping of Chibok girls and the way he was voted out of office. Can INEC chairman give a stronger native something to swear? Can we give INEC a stronger native God to swear with that there were glitches during the 2023 elections? Can he swear by that? Why you won't make you use native God swear?
You know, but the guy had said something that just took my mind back. I remember when Rochas was in the Senate, on the floor of the Senate, he didn't hide it. He said if you are taking oath of office using one of the gods from the deities from his village, he wouldn't do a lot of things that he's doing, But people take advantage of the Bible. People take advantage of the Quran, and that's the truth. Because the Bible talks about God that is caring, loving, forgiving. But you know that Shungo and the Ahmadiyya doesn't forgive, so people would never want to take that. Mm-hmm. But it's true. I think we need to go back to our roots. Maybe that will bring sanity. Maybe that will bring some level of reality where people can face the facts. Maybe if we have a situation where the moment you're taking an oath and you're not doing what you're doing, the deity comes after you. Maybe that will reset our mindset. Honestly speaking, we need to begin to think as if there is no box in this country.
Okay, so moving on, Chika from Bandits says Nigeria court has finally found escape on Professor Ignatius Etuk and Akwa Ibom Rek, which means to them they're working while the big elephant is still in the room untouched, despite Nigerians' public outcry. Is still outcry for the broad day subversion done in them by Mahmoud Yakubu. Well, you said a lot. I appreciate you. The message says, Anti-Precious, look at what's happening in the East. You showed me some very gory videos I may not be able to read out here. Good evening, Precious and Prince Chilaka. Bolango from Okwaba says, there is a saying, proper preparation prevent, but this sounds like you, Dio. You know that I know you're writing, eh? Good evening, Prince Precious and Prince Chilaka. I love your voice. That's more reason I listen to VOP. I never miss your slot anytime you're on air. Callings from Seaside Estate, Aja. Aww. Thank you. Good evening, VOP. Please, I want to ask, hope we are one Nigeria. Did our president travel to East? to why people were killed in this country? But he can travel to another country, Abi? Okay, that's the question you asked. Nana from Okafa says, Felix Moka is just a filling bottle politician. Which one is filling bottle politician again?
He's a baby politician.
Has he contested and won any election? Did I talk about him? All right. It's okay. I'm surprised that Comrade Akpan Silas, who never saw anything bad in Buhari's regime, and how he wasted our money traveling around the whole world without anything to show for it, is complaining about Tinubu's traveling. Oh wow, that's what you said. Our leaders are dragging. You're arranging. There is a difference by dragging and arranging. And arraigning. They are dragging money, not arraigning money. Which one is dragging again? Sucking. Okay, Uncle Chilaka, you are blessed. You too, Madam Precious. Prepare. You don't true born again. No, I'm beginning to love you. Don't love me anything. My person is even refusing to type out his name. Used the presidential jets to travel to wherever, even partying, and you people are talking. Happy night rest. You too. Babeji from Moshuli says, notwithstanding my heart bleeds for all the odds they are happening in this country. Imagine the Fulanis leaving all lands in the northern Nigeria and down to Ebonyi State to kill some people. Wow, you may said a lot. And it says, Chipozo from Mushi says, it's high time all the Southerners come together and in unity to see to this problem and what's going on. There is a place in Enugu, Amagunze. These people use their cows to cause desertation. The people there can't even plant anything at all because it will be wiped off. And then this says, good evening, presenter. It seems you have designed numbers you like to pick. Hey, I have tried. No, now. I don't even know people. How can I pick numbers? Hello, good evening and welcome.
Precious,
sir,
please don't call your WhatsApp number slowly for us. God bless you.
It is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Sasong, thank you. Okay, this says, Tay says, Comrade Akpan called radio station. I remember during Buhari period that man was the Peter Osifo of the time. Him and Anne from Makuku. Anyways, Precious Mama, die of Fagba. Prince Chilaka said it's better to judge her than war. Well, for me, sometimes it's better to war. Let's go. No, don't say that. I'm not gonna read that. He says sometimes peace not be the answer. Abi? Okay. Hello, good evening and welcome.
I want to ask Prince one question. Kubuku.
Kubuku.
Prince.
Yeah.
April 2022, there was a report that there was many huge PVC cars they buried under the ground. As you said, we should go and get our PVC. Lastly, May 2021, Nigerian soldiers were going to hold all Imo State boy looking for young boys, guns, arrows that is supposed to protect themselves. Finally, what is happening in the state? He sent now the cannon from ESN. Now these people for don't wipe us. In conclusion, they can never wipe us. I have been thinking it. So please answer me. Instead of go for the PVC. If I make giving us our PVC, thank you.
Prince, would you like to?
You cannot. I'm not one of those who will say revolution now. I'm not one of those who say take it by force. No. All I know is that Nigerians have a right to vote who they want as their leaders. And that opportunity will come. And when it comes, Nigerians should take advantage of it. Nigerians shouldn't be carried away with one mudu of rice, tin tomatoes, 2 balls of onions with 5,000 naira on it. When you take that from any politician, you have mortgaged yourself for the next 4 years.
Okay.
So I believe that people should hold their PVC, vote your conscience, and vote the right persons.
All right. We'll get back to your messages. I see lots of your reactions and messages. We'll get back to them. But let's quickly go and visit our brother from Kudos. Why you smile? I never even call your name, so you're already smiling.
I smile.
What's going on? How's 2025 going? Valentine is coming on.
That is why I'm smiling. Because I want everybody to have a gift this Valentine.
Oh, stop it. I like it.
So once again, my name is Victor from Kudos Homes Limited. And I'm here to let you know what you can use as a Valentine gift for your lover this 2025 Valentine's Day.
Have you talked to Handsome?
I've been telling him since. He's the one that when I came in, I told him I have something for him.
Okay.
So that was what I told him. So if you are out there and you are thinking of what you are going to use as a Valentine gift for your special someone this year, now I will be telling you where we have our property location. Instead of just buying cake and ice cream, come and buy that particular person a property. Now, I'll be mentioning all our property locations to you now. So, in Agbowa, Ikorodu, where we have Kudos City, is located in Agbowa, Ikorodu. And Kudos City is just going for just 1.5 million naira per plot. 1.5 million naira per plot. Kudos City, located in Agbowa, Ikorodu. Then we have Kudos Heritage. Kudos Heritage Phase 1 is located at Omuketu Ekpe, and it's going for just 3.5 million naira per plot. And we also have the Kudos Heritage Phase 2, which is going for just 2.5 million naira per plot. And we also have Kudos Heights. For those of us that want to go higher in life, Kudos Heights is just 4.5 million naira, and it's also located at Omuketu Ekpe. So what are you waiting for? Now, let me quickly call the number for you to call. The number to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now let me quickly take us to Delta State, where we have Kudos Fairview Estate Phase 1, which is going for just Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is going for just 2.5 million naira per plot, because the Phase 1 is already sold out. So the Phase 2 is going for 2.5 million naira per plot and is located at Ibuzo main town in Asaba, Delta State, very close to the Asaba International Airport, very, very close to Asaba International Airport and the first and second Niger Bridge. And it's going for just 2.5 million naira per plot. Now, we also have the Kudos Heights, which is also located at Ibuzo main town, and is going for just 1.5 million naira per plot. That's Kudos Heights, Ibuzo, and it's going for just 1.5 million naira per plot. And we also have the Kudos Court, which is the latest estate we have in Ibuzo, and it's going for just 4.5 million naira per plot. So all these are wonderful Valentine gifts for your special someone. Now the number again to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now let's quickly go to Enugu. In Enugu, we have the Fairview Estate Phase 1, which is located at Odo-Budonike. It's close to the Caritas University, and it's also close to the Godfrey Okoye University. And it's located at Odo-Budonike, and it's going for just 1.5 million naira per plot. 1.5 million naira per plot. We also have the Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is located at Amo-Kwenike, and it's going for just 2.5 million naira per plot. Now, these two estates are very close to the Enugu International Airport. We call it the Akani Biam International Airport. Very, very close to the airport. So what are you waiting for? The number again to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now, a quick one for everyone that have purchased Kudos Heritage. On the 22nd of this month, we are having another batch allocation. Come and collect your land. You see, we go for inspection every Thursdays and Saturday. Our inspection days are Thursdays and Saturday. But on the 22nd of this month, we will be going for our allocation. All our clients will be coming for their allocation. So it simply means that when you buy property from us, you will definitely get your plot of land. We will allocate it to you. And again, our office address is at 171 Egbeda Idimu Road. 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. And the phone number to call again is 0905 904 7514 to get any of our property in Lagos, Enugu, and Asaba. And our social media handle again is at Kudos Homes Limited. So get your Valentine a wonderful Valentine present.
So do you have any land? They see to say they love me. They used to call me peaceful woman leader. So nobody will buy land for me for Valentine.
Please.
So do you have in River State?
Don't worry,
we are coming for myself because that is my village. I say make I go buy for myself.
No, don't worry, we are coming to River State.
They call me APC woman leader, no go buy me Valentine.
Please, all the APC people that are calling her woman leader, please buy her a Valentine gift to, in fact, come to Kudos Heritage and give her something wonderful.
Thank you, Victor.
All right.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So, Prince Reza Chilaka, somebody dropped a message and said that does he get his PVC? That he tried to get his PVC, but because his name sounds like that of like an Igbo man's name, even though he's from Delta State, and that Agborus almost broke his head.
No, I think
while he was trying to get his PVC.
I know that INEC is going to start voters.
Continuous voters, but it is continuous. Why do they stop sometimes?
It is part of the corruption.
We should remove the C. We should remove the C in the PVC. We should remove the continuous in it.
But I know they're going to start voters education and. The distribution of voters card very soon. So people should just watch out. Just go and collect your voters card. I think this whole story of whether you're an Igbo or you're Yoruba, everybody's feeling the pain now. So it's not like there's any special filling station for Yorubas to buy cheap or any special market where they're buying cheap or there's any special thing they're benefiting. Everybody's going through the same pain. So and I believe that Nigerians are learning, except they don't want to learn, but I believe that people are learning.
Okay. Who be this person? Somebody call me APC woman leader like 5 times. Sir, what I do you? What does I did? Okay, this says Amazon has said that there were no technical glitches on the machine. So, yeah, we heard all that report then. There are long messages. I may not be able to attend to them. If Nigeria laments from now till thy kingdom come about our oil industry, nothing would change. Only the Minister of Petroleum, the President, and men like Kiari knows the conspiracy going on in our industry, and he said quite a lot about that. Precious, good evening and greetings to your guest, Prince Chilaka. Let me tell you that Ejigbo Fuel Depot was shut for 8 years of former President Buhari and was opened immediately President Tinubu announced fuel subsidy removal. They started lifting fuel the next day. That was the place I was living 10 years ago. So President Tinubu knows what he is doing. Ask anybody that is living around Iyanapaja, Iyanijibo, they'll tell you if I'm lying. Charlie from Agodo Igbe sent in that message. Gold Melon from Oshodi says, Precious, you have seen your brother this evening. Oh, thank you. Is it because I greeted someone in Akwa language? Okay, this is collecting voters cards and going out to vote without restructuring INEC, and also change in the change of INEC chairman, and perhaps electoral reform is nothing but futile. Precious, well done for your good work. Do you believe that? Prince Francis, sir?
It's not about changing the INEC chairman. It's about the will of the people. And I can assure you the will of the people will always prevail.
If the people will gather their will together,
yes.
If they put their will
like
this,
and
they don't let anything put asunder in their will.
If the people stand together, if the people ignore 5,000 naira, if the people ignore a cup of rice, if the people ignore any kind of inducement from political persons, political class, or from the politicians, we will get it right.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your Lagos. That's the size of our package. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show. I love you guys. I appreciate you.